Hey Vinyl community, this is Tim with the University of Vinyl, back with another video today. This is 2 videos in 2 days, almost a record. I think I've done this before a couple times. Anyway, today I wanted to jump in on a contest for the channel Hub Tunes. Mike from Hub Tunes has been around the VC for several years on Instagram, and recently launched a new channel called Hub Tunes. I'm going to put a link in the description below. What I like about Mike, I've recently stumbled on his channel and have seen a few of his videos. I really liked his intro video, something that I haven't really formally done yet. Maybe I need to do an intro video. I'll have to think about that. But Mike, so I have a little bit of an affinity with Mike, so I think we're pretty much almost the same age. We graduated high school in the same year, and I like the fact that he's living in Chicago, or north of Chicago near Evanston. I graduated college in Evanston so many years ago. So Evanston holds a real near and dear spot in my heart. Always loved Evanston. And I had 2 different stints in Chicago. So love Chicago. Haven't been there in too many years, and hoping to get back maybe even this fall for a weekend or something. So Mike, his contest is pretty straightforward. He wants us to show an album or albums from the year we were born, the year that we graduated high school, and then something that we have purchased in 2021. I purchased a ton of stuff already in 2021, but I'm gonna go with a brand new release, and we'll start that at the end. So congratulations, Mike. I think this was for him to go over 100 subs, but I looked and he's already over 200, so you're doing something right. You've only been in YouTube doing videos for about a month. Congrats, Mike, and hope to see many more videos in the future. Anyway, here we go. So I was born in 1966. You do the math, I'm not going to, it is scary. But this is Buffalo Springfield. This was their self-titled first album. This is a re-release I picked up a couple years ago. Start Your Ear Off Right, Rhino, 180 gram record. Mastered by Bernie Grundman and Chris Bellman. It sounds really nice. This is really, I hate to throw out words like this, but this is an iconic American band album. So everybody knows the story. A couple members in this band, of course, are Neil Young, Stephen Stills. They went on to be bandmates again in CSNY. But this is really a very, very great sounding album. Richie Furay is a favorite of mine as well. Furay. Anyway, one of his songs on here is really nice. Nowadays, Clancy Can't Even Sing. We've got, actually, I think Neil might have written that. Yes, Neil Young did write that song, but I think Richie sings, Richie sings lead on that. What else do we have here? Burned is a great Neil Young song. For What It's Worth, of course, Stephen Stills, absolute classic. What else do we have on here? Flying on the Ground Is Wrong, that's Richie Furay, although Neil Young wrote that song. Do I Have to Come Right Out and Say It? That is another good song, also written by Neil Young. Wonder why Neil went solo. There it is, Buffalo Springfield, 1966. I decided to show 2, so This is, of course, a landmark album in the history of rock and roll. Pet Sounds, the Beach Boys. This is the mono double 45 press, Analog Productions. What an album. And I do like the mono version. I've heard both. I don't have the Analog Production stereo, but this sounds incredible to me on my system. And Analog Productions do such an incredible job. How many times have I said incredible in this video? I noticed in my video yesterday, I think I said incredible too many times. Gotta work on it. Anyway, very high gloss on this packaging, and really, really nice. I'm continuing to work on getting everything in my archival sleeves, etc. For whatever reason, this hasn't made it in there yet. But that's my second album from the year I was born, 1966, The Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. So in 1984, I graduated high school. I was living in Michigan, northern Michigan to be exact, and I have good memories of high school. I had a great time, met a lot of people that I'm still in touch with today. I was in the symphonic band and marching band and was always a music nut. My parents had a turntable in the living room when I was growing up, and I remember Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water was an album that I picked up all the time. It's a reason I have kind of an obsession, I think, with that album, and have been constantly trying to upgrade to get a great copy. I actually picked up a 200 gram Classic Records pressing of that, and that is actually en route. But back to 1984, I kind of digress. I'm going to show 3 different albums. It's tough because there was so much good music that was released in 1984. I'm going to start here with Body and Soul, Joe Jackson. Maybe one of the lesser known Joe Jackson albums out there. What I love about Joe Jackson is every album is kind of a potpourri and a little bit of a snapshot of something different. So it's not the same old with every Joe Jackson that comes out year after year. And this was kind of a big bandish album. There's trumpet and flugelhorn on this thing, sax and flute. This is actually patterned after a famous jazz album cover that I'm forgetting right now. But 2 of my favorite songs on this, Be My Number 2 and You Can't Get What You Want Till You Know What You Want. Really nice retro packaging on this thing. Cool artwork. I am a bit of a Joe Jackson completionist, so I have almost everything that he's put out, including the recent Intervention Records release of Night and Day. Wow, that sounds amazing. If you're a Joe Jackson fan, you need to check that out. But this is a good album, 1984. I would be remiss if I didn't show this. So this is probably one of the biggest albums that was released in 1984. This is an original pressing that I picked up, still sealed. 2 summers ago, I found this in a flea market here in northern Colorado, along with Dirty Mind. They were both sealed in pristine condition, $15 each. So I said, thank you very much, and quickly scooped those 2 albums up. And yes, I have opened it since. It's got the poster in here, everything. It's got the beautiful shrink on it, as well as that hype sticker. I'm not going to sit here and pontificate about Purple Rain. It's almost a perfect album, fantastic. Okay, my 3rd album from 1984, the year I graduated high school. One of my absolute favorites, Let It Be, The Replacements. this is an album that is hard to beat in the Replacements catalog. It's probably my favorite. I go back and forth with this and Tim actually as well, but this album includes the best Kiss cover of all time. So they covered Black Diamond, last song on side 1. Really great cover of that Kiss favorite. And then there's a little bit of everything from the Replacements here. They were starting to mature a bit. Westerberg was kind of coming into his own as a songwriter. But you know, I Will Dare was the lead-off single on side 1. What an amazing song. Mike, I remember in Chicago, XRT played the hell out of I Will Dare during my first stint when I was in Chicago. I moved there in 1989 actually. Was there for about 5 years. Anyway, Tommy Gets His Tonsils Out, Androgynous, another Westerberg song, 16 Blue, and first song on side 2, Unsatisfied, an amazing song. That's my third album from 1984. So this is Weezer's OK Human. I think that's a play on OK Computer, and this is really a very nice listen. It's a little bit of a change of pace for Weezer. They employed a couple different orchestras. They actually did some recording at the Van Gelder studios in New Jersey, as well as Abbey Road. There's a lot of piano on here. This is actually very, very pet soundy, I would say. A little bit of definitely quite a bit of Brian Williams in here as well, that Rivers is kind of playing up on. But I enjoyed this. I've actually spun this several times, and I think this was released in January of this year. But pretty happy with it. Word on the street is they're coming out with their Van Weezer album pretty soon, which is going to be a return to arcane rock and roll. That I will definitely check out. But this is OK Human, Weezer, 2021. Mike, thanks very much. Congrats on going over 200 subs. You've only been in the VC for a month. That's a pretty impressive number. As someone who has a fledgling channel, subs make a difference, as well as likes. And maybe I need to think about doing a contest. Take care.